Let's talk about men and their very unique delusion to thinking that they can win every fight. Like we're talking about like serious life or death kind of fights. I wonder if the same men that believe that they can win every fight, like if they got in the ring, I'm not talking like a top tier boxer, but maybe just like really anyone. Same weight class, maybe little to no fighting experience, but still somebody. Anyway, like the average guy fighting maybe someone just a little bit above average. I wonder if after the first swing, he wouldn't be running away the entire time. Something I really wonder. I for sure don't doubt that they're going to be talking trash. Oh, I'm going to beat you up. Like, I hear this all the time. They get up and they say, for instance, at my job, what I do for work, it's not a job, it's my business. I run a door-to-door sales agency. And I have all these homeowners, they come to me and they say, this doesn't happen too often, but get the fuck off my property, Get off now. And they get up and they get real big. They try and act real tough. And I stand there. I just smile because I know that they're not going to do anything. And if I even hit one swing, just one, it's over. They could be running away. I know this because the first time I actually fought someone, I thought that I was going to be, I'm this big, I'm gonna whoop his butt, all this stuff. It's gonna be easy. A few punches, it's over. I was once a delusional man too. I admit that to you. But until you actually fight someone, you don't understand how flimsy and delicate the human body really is. You don't understand how little of a beating you can take before you start crying about it. Before next thing you know, you're on the floor, you're running away, and then they get a real good punch to your liver. That's what happened to me. I just fell on the floor. I think it's hilarious. I think that if you got every man to fight just anyone, I think there'd be a lot less arguments. I don't think people respect what it takes to fight someone. I really don't. This is funny. This reminds me of something. The same thing with men in planes. They have this delusion that this big plane, they've never touched the controls before. I mean, maybe they've seen it in video games, and they're like, I can probably land. I can probably land a plane. How big? Just a plane. Have you ever been in a cockpit? Have you seen how many buttons there are? You wouldn't even be able to figure out how to put the gear down. And then you gotta put the flaps down, you gotta lower the speed, but not too slow, or else you'll fall out of the sky. But if you go too fast, then the ground effect's gonna keep you up. You're gonna be bouncing on the ground with this giant plane with dozens of people. This massive machine that is flying. Well, I could probably do that. Do you even know where the brake is? Do you know how to brake a plane? Reverse thrust? Would you even know that? I think that every single man that's been on a plane, actually I know for a fact, every man that's been on a plane has thought, if there was an emergency and the pilot passed out, I would know how to fly and land it. I'd like to see that happen. I'd like to see how many men can actually land a plane. I think there's a lot of delusion out there. And I get it. Confidence is great. We love that. But some of the most confident people in their abilities to do things they've never done before, I've found, are some of the dumbest. Stupid. Delusions, delusions, delusions. And it's funny, to go back to my last talk about man caves, it's going to be the same guy that drinks beer every night with his big beer belly. He's going to sit on that plane and be like, well, I could be a hero. Maybe then my wife would look at me and without disgust. She'd look at me as a beautiful man. Maybe then she'd have intercourse with me. Maybe for once, maybe I can have it more than, 4 times a year. Maybe she can look at me as this big, strong man because I landed a plane. I feel like men constantly look for these lotteries for respect. They look for these lotteries. Oh, one day something will happen and I'll gain respect. It's the same thing with overnight success, the myth of overnight success. You know how they say in these news things, oh, it's an overnight success. People are waiting for it. It's nothing to do that. It's dedication every single day, and you're spinning the lottery machine more than just waiting for it to be spun for you. And all of a sudden, boom, you have a fan base. People look up to you. Oh, no worries, it'll be your time. You just haven't sprouted yet. It takes others longer to sprout. You'll be rich one day. But today, you can play little video games. You can skip the gym a couple times, Eventually, you'll get up and go to the gym every day and you'll drop the video games and the booze and the nicotine addiction that you can't seem to get over. Whatever. I think it's interesting that there's so much delusion that there are men out there that believe wholeheartedly that one day they'll have the motivation to do it. Oh, we'll just do it tomorrow. And they have this motivation in their heart that they're going to do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes. And it's the same thing that happened the day before and the day before that. Tomorrow's going to be a great day. And they hype themselves up. They go to sleep. They wake up. I think I'll press snooze. I think I'll sleep in. Oh, I'm supposed to be up at 6:30. Maybe if I shower quicker, or I skip, brushing my teeth. Oh, I could have 10 more minutes of sleep. What is 10 more minutes of sleep going to do for you? What? Absolutely nothing. It's pleasure. You don't have the discipline to get up out of a bed. How could you trust yourself to have the discipline to help your family when they need it? To help your wife when she's struggling? Your wife's struggling. Oh, I can fix her. You can't even fix your sleep schedule. How are you supposed to fix someone else's problems if you've got problems of your own? All these people are giving advice. I hear them, to be honest, they don't give bad advice. Lots of people give great advice. But it's projecting their issues and what they don't do well onto other people. They know what to do. Many people know what to do. They just lack the discipline to execute. Some people will sit there and they know they're not going to be able to pay rent in 10 days. There's a way they could do it. They know how to do it. But they're not going to solve the problem until it gets real bad. Then you get late fees and you're going to get evicted. And now look at you. You're in the streets because 10 days ago you couldn't make the conscious decision to put in a few more hours and work. I don't care if you own a business. I don't care if you work a 9 to 5, whatever. Oh, they won't give me enough hours. Go find another job. Do a side hustle. Learn something. Moral of the story, men are very delusional. If they actually faced their delusions, they wouldn't be able to execute. I guarantee it. Everyone waits for the next day. Done.